Aryna Sabalenka is among a group of top players seeking more prize money from the 4 Grand Slam tournaments. Aryna Sabalenka has been among a group of players calling on the Grand Slam tournaments to give players a greater share of revenue. But ahead of the Australian Open, the world number 1 chose not to answer a question about improvements the tournament could make for players. Last March, top ADP and WTA stars wrote a letter to organizers of the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open asking for greater prize money for the slams to contribute to player benefit programs, including maternity packages, and more of a say in issues that affect their welfare. A second letter was sent in July. Sabalenka was among those who signed both letters, and she was involved in talks between players and representatives of the 4 major tournaments at a meeting at last year's French Open. Progress appears to have been made, as the Australian Open announced a 16% increase in overall prize money this year, while the champion receives 19% more than they did in 2025. However, Sabalenka believes there is still room for improvement, but the 4-time Grand Slam champion didn't want to expand on her thoughts as she returned to Melbourne Park. "I think we always can do better, but I think all of the slams, they trying to work together with us and come to a conclusion. I hope one day we'll get to a happy place for everyone," the 4-time major champion said. But when asked how things could improve and what the Australian Open could do to be better, Sabalenka replied, "Well, can I pass?" The world number 1 is focused on her campaign for a 3rd Australian Open title and started the season on a high by defending her crown at the Brisbane International. Sabalenka also had a big off-season, playing a couple of exhibition matches in America before facing Nick Kyrgios in the Battle of the Sexes. "Yeah, I had a great off-season, so I was really recovered and ready. Yeah, I played in extra exhibitions, but I think they all made sense. It's kind of like good matches to have matches to test a couple things that I've been working on during the preseason," she said. "I felt exhausted after Atlanta, New York, but I had 1 or 2 days off, so I felt recovered after. I had a great preparation. Then there is really high-intensity match against Nick, which is also part of my preparation. By the end of the preseason, I felt really strong and ready." As for the players' ongoing dialogue with the Grand Slam tournaments, reigning Australian Open champion Madison Keys, who is a member of the WTA Player Council, believes things are heading in the right direction. "I think that I completely see the player side of obviously wanting the slams to kind of step up and support player welfare. I think it's really important. We obviously give a lot of ourselves to this sport. They, being the highest revenue holders, I think it absolutely makes sense. As we are the product, it makes sense for us to be partners," the world number 9 said, returning to Melbourne to defend her title.